Tyson Fury over the weekend was seen ringside versus Anthony Joshua and Dubois with some explicit language, also saying that uh, Turkey paid me now and I missed out on my 150 million. Uh, so what he's saying is Joshua losing really cost him 150 million as far as them trying to plan to set up a fight. I've been saying this for months, but I just put the news out there. Eventually, people will catch on. But I was saying that they was planning Joshua versus Fury next year, and it could still happen. But the whole situation cost Fury 150 million, and that's not really the money that he's received so far. That's the money that it sounds like he's gonna receive. So for him to miss out on the payday like that, he's looking at it like, man, that's pretty big news for me to be out here trying to make this, playing these fights, and I'm waiting on certain things to happen, and the fights aren't coming together because I have scars going on. I have obligations with Ngannou. That's what I was telling people, that both of those guys fighting Ngannou kind of lined up for Fury and Joshua to actually be planning something in 2025, early in March. And a lot of people really didn't understand what I was saying at that time, but that fight was huge plans for them. It would have been a huge fight in the UK. Still can happen. They're still looking forward to that fight actually happening. Um, from what I'm seeing now, Dubois and Joshua looks like a rematch. Fury and Usyk will have a rematch, and they could still possibly have that fight after all the things that actually happened. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? But I hear a lot of people saying recently, well, Wilder should fight Joshua. Well, the people who said Wilder's done, I don't feel like you should be able to comment on what Wilder should do next. Since you feel like he's done, uh, I don't understand that. If you feel like he's done, why you want to see him fight another fight? I thought he was done. But and then also with Joshua, why don't want to see Joshua get a rematch against a guy? I mean, y'all let everybody else rematch each other. You let Fury rematch people, and people are like, nah, I don't want to see a rematch in this situation. Most situations, I don't want to see a rematch. I've seen some very close fights that go 12 rounds, and people do not want those fights to go 12 rounds. I've been saying recently that more fights where guys get knocked out have been getting rematched next to fights where guys go 12 rounds. They never do those rematches anymore. It's like the world is getting extreme right now. Think about it. A fight that goes 12 rounds on the scorecards is not thought of as a rematch. But a fight where people are getting knocked down in the 5th round, 1st round, 3rd round, those are the fights they're looking at in rematches. And it makes zero sense. Why would you actually make those kind of fights happen? And I'm saying this because you have guys like Bacoli, like I've been saying. People like, oh, I've been telling you guys Bacoli was good. I knew Bacoli was good after he lost to Michael Hunter. I knew Dubois was good after he lost to Joe Joyce. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because guys lose, the thing that people need to be asking is, why is none of these guys like Fury and Joshua fighting all these guys? I keep naming these names, and people say, oh, I just want to see a specific fight. Bro, you have a lot of talent in the heavyweight division. A lot of talent. Everybody not fighting each other. And that just proved it. The Joshua and Dubois fight just proved that all these guys aren't fighting each other. These resumes and these excellent boxing styles and guys who can box at an elite level and all this stuff, it's really fairy tales. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying, like, a lot of this stuff is used as promotion, and fans will take what the media says or somebody with a lot of numbers, and they'll repeat it as if it's gold or that it's going to come true. These guys ain't fighting good competition. I told everybody earlier, I've been saying all year, fighting an MMA guy will not prepare you for the heavyweight division. It just won't. It will not. And I seen it happen with Tyson Fury, and I'm like, ain't nobody noticed that? You know, he fight an MMA guy. That's why I said I'm gonna pick Fury, and I said it. I said I'm gonna pick Fury and Joshua these fights because these guys are fighting as if they're on a whole nother level. So if they go out here and blow it, I don't want to hear no excuses as far as people saying, because I seen who was doubting all these other guys. I seen it ever since the Usyk fight. Usyk went out there and beat Joshua the first fight. People act like it didn't happen. Oh, we just need a rematch. And I'm like, we need a rematch? Oh yeah, we need a rematch for that fight. It was just too close. And I'm like, okay. But as you see, if he would have been fighting guys like Luis Ortiz all these years, people said Luis Ortiz was a bum and he was trash. Back then, Luis Ortiz was way better than what Dubois was. Dubois is just, 27 now. When Dubois was losing to Joe Joyce, Luis Ortiz was a way better fighter back then. But Dubois has been fighting good competition and been getting better. That's how you challenge yourself. All these new guys saying, this guy's not good enough, or he's this size and that. Those are guys who are losers that people don't want to admit. And as you look back now, on the last 10 years of boxing, everybody who has an excuse of why they don't want to fight a certain guy, they end up losing. Or they got losses already. So it's no secret. The guys who've been making excuses, those are the guys who end up losing. And I'm just being honest. There's no reason why we have all these heavyweights walking around. Zilly Zhang and Bacoli, and nobody ain't fought these guys? Nah. But Tyson Fury said, yeah, he cost me that much money. So he had a plan going. And he had an outburst. For some reason, he was celebrating that Joshua was losing. But then he started getting mad after the fight, though. So I don't know. I was confused on that. It's like he wanted to see Joshua lose. But then he was mad that he lost. I'm like, okay. So that kind of confused me. I'm like, maybe it's something else going on. But that's a weird situation. He lost out on $150 million for that situation. It wasn't worth it. If I was Wild, I'd be like, man, I fought this guy 3 times, and I ain't getting no $150 million. As far as I know, I don't know. I'm not counting his money, but if he did get $150 million, salute to him. But I ain't heard nothing about $150 million. So that's a weird situation to me overall. But yeah, they definitely was looking at a rematch. And this just goes to show you. It makes a lot of sense, but at the end of the day, a lot of people look at it as it's not going to be a close fight the second time around. They're more so looking towards Wilder and Joshua, but I don't know. I've heard people say Wilder don't want to have that fight over the years, so a lot of people have been wrong, man. Even, like, the thing about boxing is if you can tell the truth, whether you pick the wrong person to win or lose, if you tell the truth in boxing, you're going to be able to fall back on your facts. And the fact of the matter is, people said Joshua was an elite fighter. They said that he was a better fighter than Tyson Fury, which I'll talk about later on. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.